Well, let's begin with Wimbledon and the Sporting Life Juvenile Championship back in January over 460 metres. Favourite in Trap 2, Terry Dartnell's Bon Mahone Darkie.
And away they go, the favourite Bon Mahone Darkie breaks very fast from Trap 2. So does Slippy from the one box, is also fast away as they start down the far side. And Bon Mahone Darkie's already opened up a lead of 4 or 5 lengths over So does Slippy in second. Chasing back in third on the bounce, making a bit of late progress, Welfare Panther. But it's all Bon Mahone Darkie, the favourite, as they come towards the final 2 bends. So does Slippy not making much progress off the final bend. Bon Mahone Darkie's going to win this one from So does Slippy. Staying on for third, Welfare Panther.
Well, a splendid display of early pace there from Bon Mahone Darkie, trained by Terry Dartnell, and things look good at the start of the year for Terry, because not only did he have Bon Mahone Darkie, he had some real superstars in his kennel. Bon Mahone Darkie was later to appear in the Bern International, a race that you'll see in a few moments' time. Let's just check out the full result then for the Sporting Life Juvenile Championship. Bon Mahone Darkie won in 27.66 by 2 3/4 lengths, and a very good sectional time of 4 seconds dead. Well, moving to Romford now for the Tony Williams Coronation Cup final. The favourite here was Wexford Minx in 6. Here's Shawnee, the main danger, in Trap 2.
Plenty of pace up to the first bend. The early leader to show on the outside is Deanside Joe, but as they group up at the first bend, it's Delta Duchess who moves off, allows Here's Shawnee to come through on the inside. From in second place is Deanside Joe, then back in third is Delta Duchess, and Wexford Minx, that one's in trouble back in 5th place. Onto the far side final time, and here's Shawnee stretching this field from the front, 2 or 3 lengths clear from Deanside Joe in second, then comes Delta Duchess, followed by the chasing on Wexford Minx. Second last bend, and here's Shawnee still 3 or 4 lengths clear from Deanside Joe, then comes Decoy Duchess, followed by Wexford Minx up towards the line. Here's Shawnee's got this one wrapped up. Here's Shawnee, the winner, close for second. Deanside Joe just from Wexford Minx.
Or perhaps Wexford Minx a little bit unlucky in running, but let's take nothing away from Here's Shawnee, a greyhound who was lightly raced in 1994. The same campaign mapped out for him in 1995. Reappeared in the Coronation Cup and won it well in the end for trainer Pat Ryan, and there's the Happy Connections lifting the prize. There we go then. Here's Shawnee recording 35.80, beating Deanside Joe, John Honeysett's runner, by a length and 3/4, a short head away to Wexford Minx. Another 6-bend race, this time at Wimbledon, the John Smith's Gold Cup final. Odds-on favourite was John Wildman's Bitch, last action in Trap 2 at 1-2.
They're off for the final of a John Smith's Gold Cup, racing towards the first bend. Baby Bianca from 4 is fast away. 1 Baby Dan is also up with the pace. 6 Silver Glow just in behind them. Then comes Last Action from 2, racing wide Tally-Ho Atom. Into the straight for the first time, then still Baby Bianca the leader. 1 Baby Dan on the inside. After these making ground now comes Last Action from 2. Over on the far side for the final time, it's still Baby Bianca in the lead. But here comes for 2 Dog, Last Action going second. Baby Dan's back in third. And Last Action strikes the front and goes 2 or 3 lengths clear from Baby Dan up towards the second last bend, and it's Last Action scooting clear now from Baby Dan, and First Defence back in 3. Here's the winner for you. Last Action wins it. Baby Dan second. First Defence is third.
Last Action there showing plenty of promise in the John Smith's Gold Cup at Wimbledon over 660 metres. Had to work fairly hard, didn't show too much pace early doors. It was Baby Bianca who took them along early on in the race, but worthwhile victory for Last Action, and she of course goes on to better things later in the year. We'll see more of Last Action a bit later. 40.37, a good time there at Wimbledon. Now we stay at Wimbledon for the Bern International. We've seen Bon Mahone Darkie beat the younger age sect in the Sporting Life Juvenile Championship. How would he get on with the older generation?
They're off and heading for the first bend. Bon Mahone Darkie from 2 is fast away. Also up with the pace is a 4 Dog Jurassic Park, racing wide Small Contract. Round the first bend, and it's Bon Mahone Darkie in the lead, being chased by Small Contract. The favourite Westmead Chick's got a lot to do from 3. That one's last. Second last bend. 6 tries to get up on the inside. Small Contract, but no room there, and they both hampered. Bon Mahone Darkie and Small Contract. And here comes Westmead Merlin to grab the initiative close home. Up towards the line, it's Westmead Merlin going to win it. Bon Mahone Darkie only second. Small Contract third.
Or Westmead Merlin beating kennel companion Westmead Chick there in the Bern International, and a pointer of things to come again later in the year for Nick and Natalie Sava. Promising runs from both of their runners, and Westmead Merlin landing the Bern International. Patsy Byrne there handing over the trophy to owner Ian Broome of Westmead Merlin. The winning time was 27.98, beating Bon Mahone Darkey in small contract. They did get tangled up at that third bend, perhaps slightly unlucky by a length and 3/4. Let's move on to the Embassy Gold Cup final now. Distance of 825 metres. The favourite was Smart Decision in 1. Great rival Senlac Rose in 5.
Away they go for the Embassy Gold Cup final, and at the first bend, Frisky Genie's going to be in charge then by a half length to Senlac Rose. Long Island Jim's well placed in the early stages, trap 6, and then comes Genie's Champion in 4. They're down to the third bend, and Frisky Genie has a couple of lengths lead to Senlac Rose. Then behind these Genie's Champions, 5 lengths further back with Long Island Jim. At the back of the field are Smart Decision and Cowboy Joe as they turn in for the first time. And Frisky Genie's pressed all the time by Senlac Rose. There's only a length now between these two. Then comes Genie's Champion, Long Island Jim, and Smart Decisions now making a move from the back. They're turning down the far side. Senlac Rose now goes to the front as Frisky Genie starts to drop away, and Long Island Jim's now moved into second place, and here comes Smart Decision with her challenge at the second last bend, and Senlac Rose on the lead then by just a length from Smart Decision, who's now moved into second place. Long Island Jim can't go with the front two. They're racing into the closing stages, and Smart Decision's got there in the final strides to beat Senlac Rose. Long Island Jim was third.
Well, a poor perfect performance there from Smart Decision. Of course, she was to be a force in 1995 in the marathon races, as so was Long Island Jim, who finished down the field. And Senlac Rose, unfortunately, she was plagued with injury a bit later in her career. The winning time, 54.17, and the winning distance, a length and a quarter. Well, let's move on to Hall Green. It's the Rapid Raceline Festival, the 6-bend race over 663 metres. Favourite in trap 4, Westmead Chick, making her debut over 6 bends. And away they go, and racing up towards the first of the 6 bends, and One Fearless Link is out very fast indeed. Trouble on the inside there. Oh, and trap 2, Baby Dan, looks as though it may have clipped the rails. So as they go into the straight for the first time, and Fearless Link's going clear at the moment. Westmead Chick trying to move up on the inside in trap 4. Gets a bit of a buffeting there, and Fearless Link goes further clear. So as they head down the far side at Hall Green, and One Fearless Link for Jeff de Mulder is way out clear from 6, now racing in second. Wexford Minx, Westmead Chick seems to be dropping away now in 4th place as they come off the final bend, and it's Fearless Lynx some 3 lengths clear. Wexford Minx putting in a big finish, but it's going to be Fearless Lynx who's going to win this one. Fearless Lynx in the end beats Wexford Minx, and back in third was Coolmona Road. Well, a great performance from Fearless Lynx, leading from Trap Rise to beat Wexford Minx, who stayed on well, got hampered at the third bend, winning in 40.44, and that was a new track record at Hall Green for 6 bends. On to the hurdlers now, the Springbok final for novice hurdlers. The favourites here were Little Hammer and Arrogant Prince in traps 2 and 6.
Away for the final of the Springbok, and Arrogant Prince in 6 makes a really good break. Struggling early on is trap 1, that's Marvellous Mark, but round the first turn, and in 6 Arrogant Prince has stretched away, 3 lengths clear now from Little Hammer in trap 2 in second. Then back in 4 is Howling Darkey, but Arrogant Prince in command at the halfway stage. From in second place Little Hammer, then comes back in third comes Howling Darkey, but off the final bend, and it's still Arrogant Prince holding on to this advantage from Little Hammer at the final flight. Arrogant Prince wins the Springbok. Back in second place comes Little Hammer in trap 2. Howling Darkey in 4 fills third.
Well, tremendous early pace there from Arrogant Prince, trained by Tommy Foster, and he was to prove a fair force in the hurdling game throughout the year. There's the connections lifting the Springbok trophy, sponsored by local bookmaker John Henwood. The winning time for Arrogant Prince was 28.35. Little Hammer second, Howling Darkey finished back in third spot. Now let's move to Crayford for the Ladbroke Golden Jacket final, £7,500 to the winner. Could Wexford Minx win it for a second year, or perhaps could it be last action for John Wildman?
So the Golden Jacket final now underway. Trap 4, first defence, the first to show. Very good early pace here. Wexford Minx in trap 6 in second place. And there, trap 5, Ballaroo Minx just cut across trap 1, Ronocco Silver. Trap 3, last action, is towards the back of the field, together with Jubilee Rebecca in 2. But as they go down towards the third bend, it's still trap 4. First defence, trying to pile on the agony from the front. But Wexford Minx is out after her now in second place. Then a slight gap back to Ballaroo Minx, who's closing as well in 5. And after these, last action in 3, running on quite strongly now. now. They're starting to group up front. Just a half a circuit to go now. Trap 4 first defence still just about in front. Now they come to the second last bend. Trouble there for Last Action and Ballaroo Minx. And now Wexford Minx has burst through. Can she win it again? She's got a length or two clear. And it's Wexford Minx to the line. Wins the Golden Jacket. Second home was Last Action. And first defence was third.
Oh, lovely performance there from Wexford Minx. Let's remind ourselves, though, at the second last bend that Last Action and also Ballaroo Minx looked very unlucky in running, but no worries there for Derek Knight. Wexford Minx landing the Golden Jacket for a second year running. 45.67 the winning time, the winning distance a length and a half. Well, back over 4 bends now for the Daily Star Arc final. The favourite was Trap 5, Westmead Merlin at even money. John Coleman's Countrywide Fox second best at 6-4.
The final of the Daily Star Arc, and away they go. 6 got away well on the outside. That was Blackwater Style, but now passed by the 4 dog. That's Unique Bay, but they're all close up round the first bend, and now it's 3 who slips through. That's Countrywide Fox who's hit the front. Westmead Merlin, the favourite in 5, now in second place, and then a gap back to Westmead Jack in 2 as they race down towards the second last bend. It's still Countrywide Fox, but nipping through on the inside. Westmead Merlin to take it up, and Westmead Merlin powers to the front now from Countrywide Fox. The line comes up. Westmead Merlin is a great winner of the Arc. Countrywide Fox was second and Westmead Jack in third.
Oh, Westmead Merlin there picking up Countrywide Fox on the run-in. And the point to remember there, Countrywide Fox displayed great pace in quite a few races during the year of 1995. He went on to win the circuit at Walthamstow, but on this occasion it was Westmead Merlin who picked him up on the run-in. 28.79 the winning time, and the winning distance 2 lengths. All over to Monmore for the Midland Puppy Derby over 484 metres. Chairman was sent off the 9-4 favourite, but our first look at Stapler's Joe in Trap 3 at 5-2.
And off they go in the final. 1 Pam Spirit fast away with 6 Little Cougar in between them is 5, also showing good pace. That's Larkhill Prince around the first 2 turns, and it's 1 Pam Spirit maintains the lead, but only just. Stapler's Joe now 3 ranges up alongside at halfway. Back in third is 6 Little Cougar, the favourite. Chairman only 4th at this stage. Round the second last bend, and Stapler's Joe now pinches a 2-length lead from 1 Pam Spirit. Back in third, 6 Little Cougar. Chairman only 4th, that's 2. Off the final bend, Stapler's Joe is going to land the final here in impressive fashion. 3 Stapler's Joe wins it from 1 Pam Spirit and 6 Little Cougar.
Well, with the beauty of hindsight, of course, everyone would have wanted to snap up the 5-2 that was an offer about Stapler's Joe for that Midland Puppy Derby event. He goes on to better things, and we'll see a lot more of Stapler's Joe on this tape, and again, no doubt, in 1996. Stapler's Joe winning in 29.72. Now, the Pall Mall final was a popular race at Oxford on the 25th of March. The favourite for the race was Trap 6 Countrywide Fox. Academic and Long Valley Manor also representing John Coleman.
Away they go for the Pall Mall final. Out of the boxes, 3 Academic fast away, 2 on the inside, Shanaway Gold, 5 Bachelor Time onto the far side. Academic still in the lead, being pressed by Bachelor Time. Here comes 4 Long Valley Manor getting into the picture. A great race at the second last bend. It's 5 Bachelor Time just in the lead from 4 Long Valley Manor. Countrywide Fox picking up from the rear of a 6 dog off the final bend. It's in the lead, 5 Bachelor Time, but here on the line, Long Valley Manor just got there on the line, I think, from Bachelor Time, and Countrywide Fox a close third.
Oh, what an exciting finish that to the Pall Mall for 1995, and about time too, I hear some of you say. Long Valley Manor finally getting his nose on the winning line in front, and after being in so many finals of 1994, winning the Pall Mall for trainer John Coleman in 27.36, winning distance just a short head. Well, back to the jumpers now at Hall Green for the Daily Mirror Sporting Life Grand National, and the favourite for the final was Trap 4 Westlake Wonder, trained by Chris Duggan. Fear Fair, Kim Marlowe's running in 3, was second best.
They're off for the Grand National final. Ace Choice breaks very smartly, crosses to the inside, but has the lead then from Howling Darky in 6, and Elegant Brandy's had a lovely run through on the inside to take them on at the first bend. Crowding behind allows Elegant Brandy to slip away from Flix Fly, now moved into second place, and they're then followed by Fear Fair in third. They've now got 1 flight to jump in the home straight, and Elegant Brandy's now pressed all the time by Fear Fair, coming with a late charge, and then comes Ace Choice in third, close home. Elegant Brandy's going to pressed all the time by Fear Fair. Elegant Brandy just holds on to win the national then from Fear Fair. Howling Darky came late to get third.
Well, a surprise winner of the Grand National there, Elegant Brandy, made full use of his inside draw, winning for trainer Ernie Gaskin. The winning time was 29.24. Well, now let's move to Wembley for the Blue Ribbon final over 490 metres. Ended up a bit of a non-event. Here's Shawnee sent off the 2-7 favourite in trap 1 with a vacant trap in 2.
Off they go for the Blue Ribbon final, and lines double slow to trap up towards the first bend, 4 in a line. Here's Shawnee, Droopy's Ayrton, Ballywater Sir and Countrywide Fox, but here Shawnee has the best pace. Trouble on the outside, they're involving 5 Ballywater Sir and Countrywide Fox, but here's Shawnee, a strict 2 or 3 lengths clear now from Droopy's Ayrton. Hot in pursuit in second place, then comes Lines Double in third, but 2 bends to negotiate, and here's Shawnee travelling like an odds-on favourite should. He's 2 or 3 lengths clear from Droopy's Ayrton, who's trying hard in second, but close home. Here's Shawnee streaking away to win this one. Back in second, Droopy's Ayrton, and Lines Double was third.
Well, here's Shawnee's performances at Wembley in the Blue Ribbon. Put him in as one of the anti-post favourites for the Daily Mirror Sporting Life Greyhound Derby, a race you'll be able to savour a little later on the tape. Happy connections there, picking up the Blue Ribbon, and some astute placing by trainer Pat Ryan with Here's Shawnee. Another big prize to him, 28.85, a very fast time. Well, the sprinters have been basically ignored in the NGRC Racing open race calendar. But we're not going to ignore them. Let's take a look at one of the races, including Fernhill Tiger and Mount Royal Fox.
Away they go for the Embassy Speed final. Very quick away, Mount Royal Fox. He shows plenty of early dash, but pressed already by 4 and 2 as they go to that first bend. And there's trouble there, and 2 now comes out the leader, Fernhill Tiger, as they approach the home turn. And Mount Royal Fox only in second place, and then comes Primary View, but close home. Fernhill Tiger holds on from Mount Royal Fox, and third place goes to Primary View.
Well, Fernhill Tiger beating his rival there, Mount Royal Fox, 2 of the best sprinters in the early part of the year, doing battle at Hackney over 260 metres. The winning time, 15.86, and we've got one more sprint race to come a bit later. Staying at Hackney for the Gimcrack final, odds-on favourite Stapler's Joe at 1-8. He'd broken the track record in the heats of this competition over 442 metres. Sent off 1-8 in trap 1.
They leave the traps for the John Power Gimcrack final, and forced away was Rathloose Road trap 4, but look at the run Stapler's Joe's got at the first bend. Electric burst of speed takes him clear down the back from Austerlitz, giving chase in trap 3 there, followed by Rathloose Road. They're down to the second last bend, and Stapler's Joe was very impressive in winning his semi-final. Equally so today. He's a long, long way clear from Austerlitz as they turn for home. And Stapler's Joe is out on his own, well clear from in second. It's Austerlitz. That's how they're going to finish. Stapler's Joe's won the John Powell then from Austerlitz. Third home was Rathloose Road.
Well, just a puppy, but already 2 big competitions under his belt. A track record as well here at Hackney over 442 metres. And, of course, that pushed him up the anti-post list for the Daily Mirror Sporting Life Greyhound Derby. But, unfortunately, an injury made him a withdrawal from the event, and he couldn't take part. Well, now to 6-bend performers, the Stewards Cup, 640 metres. The favourite here was trap 1, Suncrest Sail. Second favourite, local dog, Kuro Sox in trap 5.
And off in the Stewards Cup final from the traps, Cool Rose Sox from 5. Very fast away, leads up from Endless Rain in 4 in second place. Further back to Suncrest Sail from 1 racing in third. Then comes Miles Dempsey behind those. Ballygown Lily and Welfare Diamond is the back marker with a circuit in front of them. Still out in front is Cool Rose Sox and leads by a couple of lengths. In second place is Endless Rain, a length further back to Suncrest Sail. They begin the run down towards the second last bend. And Cool Rose Sox leading, but the challenge is coming now. Endless Rain in 4. Up on the outside, Suncrest Sail from 1 has moved through to second place. At the final bend, Cool Rose Sox on the inside from Suncrest Sail, very close towards the run-up now, and Suncrest Sail just getting there. Suncrest Sail wins from Cool Rose Sox, and then Endless Rain back in third.
Always exciting to watch, isn't he? Suncrest Sail, trained by Charlie Lister. Real big galloping stride about him, and of course everyone talking now of the 1996 television trophy. Will he stay 8 bends? Well, he looks as though he's going to stay 8 bends, running down towards that pickup at Walthamstow. This was the first of several big competitions for him in 1995. Now let's move on to the 1995 television trophy final. Here the favourite, Odds On, was Last Action, stepping up from 6 bends to 8 bends. Would she stay the distance at top pace?
They're off for the BBC TV Trophy final. Fast away, the two dog. Tane Flip into its stride. Orgadon Bay on the outside and the favourite. Last Action, and Last Action comes through to take it up now from Tane Flip in second. Long Island Jim's back in third. After these comes Jubilee Rebecca, last year's winner. They're well strung out, and Last Action setting a furious pace. Turns into the straight for the second time, over a circuit to go, and it's Last Action clear at this stage from Tane Flip in second. Jubilee Rebecca moving into third, then comes Long Island Jim onto the far side for the final time. Still a 7-length leader is Last Action, striding down the far side, powering into the second last bend. Moving into second place now, Jubilee Rebecca. Tane Flip's back in third, and it's Last Action. Looks like winning the BBC TV Trophy, and the pack are closing. Still Last Action, gonna win it, going 2 or 3 lengths clear, gonna hang on from Jubilee Rebecca. Tane Flip is third.
Well, she was coming to the end of her tether, but the answer to my question was yes, she does stay 845 metres at full pace, and she lands the BBC Television Trophy. All the way victory, basically, for Last Action in Trap 5, trained by John Wildman. And there's the Happy Connections picking up another valuable prize, another valuable kitty. The winning time was 53.68, the winning distance 2 1/4 lengths. Let's move to Catford for the Greenwich Cup final over 555 metres. Open-looking betting heat, Ali Dash, Allen's Rose, joint favourites at 5-2 with Just Handy at 3-1 and Deanside Joe at 4s.
Breakaway with £3 up for grabs in the final, and Allen's Rose it is who broke best from the boxes and leads at the first corner here. Allen's Rose cleared by a couple. It was a bit of trouble in behind with Coombe Cruiser and Just Handy both hampered rather there. Scooting past the judge the first time, and Allen's Rose takes advantage, leads by 3 lengths at this early stage. Back in second is Ali Dash, and they're down the far side now for the final time. Coombe Cruiser further back in the field along with Deanside Joe, who is hampered at the first bend but making ground through the field now, weaving his way through Deanside Joe. Still that Allen's Rose to catch, and they're off the final bend. Allen's Rose, but here's Deanside Joe to win the race from Allen's Rose in second.
Yes, great race. Inside and out came Deanside Joe to get the Greenwich Cup, which of course with people with long memories will remember it was just a race confined to bitches, but now open to dogs and bitches. Deanside Joe beating Allen's Rose in 34.78, and Deanside Joe played a major part in the derby but went out around the quarter-final stage. Now let's move on to the Masters final. The favourite here was Academic for John Coleman in at Trap 1.
And away they go in the final of the Reading Masters, and 2 Soda Slippy fast away with 1 Academic on the inside, and follows 3 Strauss and 4 Long Valley Manor around the first 2 bends there. 6 Seal of Gold was pushed out wide, 2 Soda Slippy done no favours, and 1 Academic the favourite leading from 2 Soda Slippy and 4 Long Valley Manor. This trio opened up an advantage over Strauss back in fourth round the second last bend. 1 Academic was squeezed out of it. 4 Long Valley Manor leans on the outside of 2 Soda Slippy down towards the line. 4 Long Valley Manor is going to take the £20,000 prize. Beat Soda Slippy back in third, a close call between Tooting Tim and Strauss.
Well, how often does a race change in complexion at the second last bend? So often in any type of race. And Long Valley Manor picking up yet another big prize. All of a sudden he seems to have turned the corner, and of course he was going to line up in the derby a bit later in the year. Long Valley Manor trained by John Coleman, picking up a very valuable £20,000 and full marks to Reading for the splendid Reading Masters tournament. The winning time for Long Valley Manor was 28.35, beating Soda Slippy and Tooting Tim back in third spot. Well, back to the sprinters now. The Billy Bright Spring Cup, and those 2 favourites, Fernhill Tiger and Mount Royal Fox, doing battle once again, this time over 310 metres.
And they're running in the Spring Cup final, and 2 Silverview Sydney will slow away around the first bend here, and it's 1 Fernhill Tiger just in front from 3 Mount Royal Fox. Then follows 4 Taylor's Noel back in third, followed then by 2 Silverview Sydney and 6 Fast and Foxy, but down towards the line here, and the top class sprinters have it. Mount Royal Fox and Fernhill Tiger above it ahead, so photo finish there to the Spring Cup final.
Well, a great race, a bit scrappy at times you'd have to say, but nothing between the 2 principals there. In the end it went to Mount Royal Fox, turning the tables on his great rival Fernhill Tiger. Only a short head of course in between them, but what a shame it is that there's no classy open race competitions for these sprinters. There we go, the winning time 18.45. Well, let's move on to Hove, the big galloping track, 515 metres. The Olympic, the local runner, Sir Frederick, was sent off the 5-4 favourite in trap 6.
So away they go for the final of the Olympic, and fast away the favourite in 6, Sir Frederick, leads them up early from Coolmona Road in 4, then Giving Chase is Away Duke in 3. He's racing together with Turaheen Legend, who's racing in 2, and then a gap back to Vulcan Bomber, and Misty's Cloud is last as they go down the far side. And Sir Frederick and Coolmona Road, they're still well clear of the field. Sir Frederick a length and a half clear. Coolmona Road doesn't know which way to challenge. These two remain well clear from Turaheen Legend in 2, and then Vulcan Bomber running on well in 1, but up towards the line. Sir Frederick, a brave performance, led all the way to win it from Coolmona Road in 2nd place, and very tight for 3rd, possibly Vulcan Bomber just 3rd.
Yes, a brave performance from Sir Frederick, trained by Derek Knight. Another big winner for Derek down on the south coast, his local track, of course. Coolmona Road, we'll see more of Coolmona Road a bit later in the tape. The winning time, 29.99, very fast, and a pointer there that Sir Frederick would stay perhaps 6 bends. Now to Shawfield for the Regal Scottish Derby, £20,000 to the winner. Joint favourites Solar Symphony and Merlin's Link in traps 1 and 4.
Racing for the Regal Scottish Derby final, and from the boxes Solar Symphony shifting right a little bit, but gets round the first bend in front, the one in the red jacket. In pursuit is Pond Pythagoras, but it's Solar Symphony on the front end. Pond Pythagoras back in 2nd, back in 3rd is Sildove Sam, but the front two are well clear as they take the 3rd bend, and Solar Symphony piling on the pace, clear by 3 lengths, takes the final bend. Solar Symphony dominating, 20 grand going to connections of Solar Symphony, through for 2nd, Curry Hills Fancy.
Well, different stories there for the joint favourites. It was all about the draw for Solar Symphony. Great draw, the red jacket. Made virtually all, came towards the middle of the track at the first bend. Unfortunately, Merlin's Link was hampered at the traps and could never show from there on in. 28.97, the winning time for Solar Symphony. Back to Hove and the Regency over 740 metres. The odds-on favourite at 1-20, Unbackable, Suncrest Sail in trap 3.
And away they go. Good level break here. Genius Champion from 1 is the first to show. Suncrest Sail. Good pitch early on. Racing in 2nd place, a couple of lengths off the lead. Further back to Ballymoth Tiger from 5. Press Copy from 6. And the back marker is Cowboy Joe as they race with a circuit to go. And Genius Champion leading up now. A couple of lengths clear still from Suncrest Sail. This long odds on chance. Racing in 2nd place. Just a couple of lengths off the lead. Further back then to Ballymoth Tiger being pressed by Press Copy. And at last of all is Cowboy Joe towards the 2nd last bend. Genius Champion. Here's Suncrest Sail up on the outside coming to join issue. The pair of them are well clear from Press Copy, moving into 3rd. Off the final bend, Suncrest Sail has taken a narrow lead now from Genius Champion, and Suncrest Sail staying on wins from Genius Champion. Back in 3rd place was Press Copy.
Suncrest Sail there landing another big prize for trainer Charlie Lister, this time over 740 metres. At a track that would suit him well. Genie's Pride really kept on well to the back heels of Suncrest Sail, just to keep the winning distance down to 2.5 lengths. The winning time 44.26. Well, now the big race itself of the year, the Daily Mirror Sporting Life Greyhound Derby final. That was the lineup. Pearl's Girl in 1, Mustang Joe 2, Moaning Lad in 3. Here's Shawnee in 4, Curry Hills Fancy in 5, and Summerhill Joy in trap 6. And Pearl's Girl in trap 1, she was sent off the 2-1 favourite for the race, just ahead of the others in the betting, including Summerhill Joy and Moaning Lad. And away we go, and racing up towards the first bend. Trap 1, Pearl's Girl gets a flying break from the boxes ahead of 2. Mustang Joe, then comes 6. Summerhill Joy as they go around the first 2 bends, and Pearl's Girl in front, but now being joined and passed by Summerhill Joy. After this comes Mustang Joe, Moaning Lad making a move, and so here's Shawnee going for a gap on the inside as they go around the 2nd last bend, and Summerhill Joy races on with Moaning Lad. Here's Shawnee, finds no room at that 3rd bend, so 3 Moaning Lad takes up the lead and starts to go away from Summerhill Joy. Moaning Lad's going to win the Greyhound Derby. Great performance from Moaning Lad, winning it from Summerhill Joy in 2nd, and staying on back in 3rd was Curry Hills Fancy. Well, Moaning Lad looked a little bit unlucky in last year's Derby final behind Moral Standards, but this time he got it right, picked up the lead right close home from Summerhill Joy, and you can see the happy scenes of the victors as Moaning Lad is paraded in front of the main stand. 28.66, great performance also from Summerhill Joy and the surprise package Curry Hills Fancy. Well, it was a wonderful night at Wimbledon. We're going to take a look at one more race, the Durando. And away we go then for the Dorando Marathon as they race up towards the first bend, and Lone Moon shows the early pace. So around that first bend then, a bit of trouble for track 3, Olga Donna Tiny. As they head down the far side, it's Lone Moon in front by a good 4 lengths at the moment from 2, Mossfield Fire. Then comes a 3 racing in third, Olga Donna Tiny. A gap back to track 5, that's Long Island Jim. And after these we've got the other 2, Smart Decision and Bruce's Banana, as they go past the judge circuit to go. Lone Moon's by a good 4 lengths then over 3, Olga Donna Tiny. After these we've got 5, Long Island Jim, and still a break back to the others as they head down the far side then, and 1, Lone Moon in front by 2 lengths over 3, Olga Donna Tiny. Then comes 5, Long Island Jim. After these comes Smart Decision. Surely too much to do, a good 8 lengths off the pace as they go round the second last bend, and it's 1, Lone Moon still leading the pack here from 3, Olga Donna Tiny. Trying to look for a gap is Long Island Jim. Here comes Smart Decision, she's flying at the death. Oh my goodness, that's tight between Smart Decision and Lone Moon, and also Long Island Jim. Oh, what a wonderful race, and she's been involved in so many classic races during 1995. Smart Decision now retired and off to the breeding paddocks, and let's hope she has a successful career as a brood bitch. Only Gaskin there picking up the trophy. Smart Decision winning in 55.24 from Lone Moon and Long Island Jim. Oh, we'll move to Monmore for the Midland Gold Cup over 484 metres. Westmead Chick, despite a poor draw in trap 4, was sent off the 4-6 favourite. And away they go, and racing up towards the first bend. Westmead Chick, she already has a good lead here, a length clear as they race into the first bend. They're queuing up behind, but a bit of trouble there. 1 moves right off at the bend, Droopy's Cathol. As they head down the far side, Westmead Chick has been left clear from Papois, giving chase in second. A further gap back to the third, who's just edging into shot there. That's trap 3, a Lions Double. As they come round the second last bend, it's all about Westmead Chick. Impressive from the boxes. She's got a lot more early these days, and she's streaking clear at the winning line from Papois in second, and back in third was Lions Double. Well, on paper it did look a poor draw, but you could see that she's certainly grown in stature, and the pace that she showed to the bend was exhilarating for, let's say, the Westmead prefix. Not too many of them used to come out of the boxes so fast, but Westmead Chick does it again for the Savers, winning in 29.09, 6 3/4 lengths, destroying a very good field. Let's move on to the Scurry Gold Cup at Catford. 385 metres, £2,500 to the winner. Domain Bear, trained by Peter Payne in trap 1, 10-11 favourite.
Off for the final of the Foster Scurry Cup, and Domain Bear's customary early dash has City Class in trap 6 to worry about at the first bend, so it's Domain Bear in 1 and City Class in 6. They're already 4 lengths clear from Ramor Treasure in trap 4 down the far side. Domain Bear the red jacket, City Class on the outside, the white greyhound. These two, it's a virtual match for the Scurry Gold Cup as they swing for home, and Domain Bear is a length clear from City Class, and Domain Bear powers to success. City Class is second, Ramor Treasure was third.
Perfect draw and a perfect outcome for the followers and supporters of Domain Bear, and a greyhound with great pace to the bend, and Domain Bear will turn up a bit later on this tape. Winning in 23.68, a fair time there at Catford, winning distance 2 1/4 lengths. Monmore for the Midlands St Ledger, £1,500 to the winner. The favourite was trap 2, Autumn Tiger, had been running really well in the north over the staying trip. Over to Monmore again for the Midland St Ledger final, and away they go, and racing up towards the first bend. Trap 3, Dinan Wonder gets a good pitch at the first bend, and trap 1 was short for room there. Start afresh, so it's 3. Dinan Wonder out in front at the moment from 5 running wide. That's Broa Brada Ray. There's a gap developing back to 1, Start afresh, and then comes 6, Cushy Express, and 2, Autumn Tiger trailing as they head down the far side. And Dinan Wonder, she's building up a lead here. She's gone about 4, maybe 5 lengths clear from 5. Broa Brada Ray in second spot. After this comes 6, Cushy Express. So as they go around the second last bend, it doesn't look as though anything is going to get on terms with Dinan Wonder here. It's going to be another winner on the open race scene for Charlie Lister. This one well clear at the end from Cushy Express, keeping on well for second place, and Autumn Tiger back in third. Well, not the best performance from Autumn Tiger, finishing third through the race away with a slow start out of the boxes. But Dinan Wonder, again suggesting a few things for later on in the year, trained by Charlie Lister, making virtually all the running there in the Midland St Ledger. The winning time 40.21, the winning distance 4 1/2 lengths. Well, now the Champion Stakes at Romford, £10,000 to the winner. Odds-on favourite, another Sava greyhound, Westmead Merlin, sent off at 4 to 9.
Final of the Maggie Barton Champion Stakes, and it's Security Slip in 2 who disputes it early with Lisa My Girl in 5, and it's Lisa My Girl who leads them round the first turn. Westmead Merlin in 6 avoids some trouble on the inside. Allen's Rose in 1, then Security Slip in 2. A circuit to travel. Lisa My Girl, but Westmead Merlin is poised to challenge and now sweeps through the lead going out on the final circuit. Westmead Merlin in 6, 2 lengths clear from Lisa My Girl in 5. Allen's Rose running on well. The red jacket of Trap 1, then Security Slip in 2. For the second last bend, Westmead Merlin is well in command. Allen's Rose is second. Going to be close for third between Lisa My Girl and Security Slip, but once again a procession. Westmead Merlin wins comfortably. In second place is just Allen's Rose, with Lisa My Girl just holding third.
Oh, seemed to stay out 575 metres very well. Would he stay the distance of the St Leger later in the year? That was the question on everyone's minds at the time, and we were going to find out a bit later on in the year. Westmead Merlin picking up another valuable prize. The Champion Stakes at Romford, 35.20 was the winning time, beating Allen's Rose by 4 3/4 lengths. Lisa My Girl back in third spot. Or at Wimbledon for the Tony Stanton Memorial, an invitation race this year, £1,000, but a good field, including last year's Derby winner, the 1994 winner, Moral Standards, in Trap 2, who'd been plagued with injuries.
And down towards the first bend, a good level break to this on the outside. Country White Fox from 4, from Pearl's Girl in 3, then Westmead Chick in 1, further behind him Moral Standards from 2, then Deanside Dean from 5, who's just been passed by Curry Hill's Fancy from 6, but it is Country White Fox who leads at the second last bend by a length and a half to Westmead Chick, who's closing in second place. Curry Hill's Fancy coming through on the outside in third there, down the straight now. Country White Fox being pressed on the inside by Westmead Chick, who's just getting up. Westmead Chick from Country White Fox and then Pearl's Girl.
Westmead Chick landing the race, but we said farewell at that stage of their careers for Moral Standards, who again was injured soon after the race, and Pearl's Girl, that was to be her last race before again going to the breeding paddocks, and she'd performed really well for the last 2 or 3 years for Sam Sykes. But Westmead Chick landing another valuable prize for the Savas in the Wave Plastics invitation race. The winning time was 28.72. And the winning distance, 3/4 length. Country White Fox perhaps wondering what he's got to do to win a big competition. Over to Ireland now for the FIBO Champion Stakes. The favourite was a Trap 2 Trade Official, who'd won the race last year, sent off at 11 to 10. And away they go, and running up towards the first bend for Due Reward, trapped out fast ahead of 2 Trade Official. Then we've got 3 River Lad going round the second bend and down the far side, and 4 Due Reward leading. Oh, I think 3, that's River Lad, may have gone lame around that second bend, but down the far side Due Reward leading from Trade Official, 3 lengths between them. After there's a gap back to 6 Mission Trios. They come round the penultimate bend, and it's still 4 Due Reward. Trade Officials trying to close up towards the winning line. It's Due Reward by a length, Due Reward by half length. Due Reward just last home in the end from Trade Official. Well, Due Reward's been talked about as a strong challenger for the 1996 Greyhound Derby for Ireland. Keep your eyes on Due Reward. 6 bends now, the Kent St Leger, 640 metres. Culmona Road sent off the 2 to 7 favourite, the main danger in Trap 3, Decoy Cheetah. Oh, the £3,000 final of the Kent St Leger, the racing in Trap 3. Decoy Cheetah gets a flyer from the boxes. From Trap 6, Smoky Ranger. Culmona Road, the favourite, held up at the first bend towards the rear on the rail. So as they go around the second bend, and Decoy Cheetah, she's building up a lead here. She's gone about 4 or 5 lengths clear at the moment from Smoky Ranger in second. Culmona Road finally getting a clear path and goes in chase in third. So as they head down the far side for the final time, and Decoy Cheetah, she's laying down the law. She's gone 4 lengths clear from Smoky Ranger. She's got no more to offer. Culmona Road getting into gear, but a hell of a lot to do from there. Decoy Cheetah, she's not stopping whatsoever. It's going to be Decoy Cheetah's Kent St Leger here, a good 5-length leader. Decoy Cheetah wins it in the end from Culmona Road in second, and staying on in third, Smoky Ranger. Admirably consistent as Decoy Cheetah, and Culmona Road, well, you could say he'd been unlucky there. He'd been unlucky in quite a few races. His style of running over 6 bends, you have to give some of the early pace runners a bit of a lead and then pick them up, but hopefully he'll end his career winning a big prize. There we go, Decoy Cheetah winning the Kent St Leger for trainer Pam Cobbold in 39.92, the winning distance 4.5 lengths. Onto the Peterborough Derby over 420 metres. They made the favourite Trap 5, Witches Dean, at 6-4. Peter Rich's runner, who'd obviously looked for a big competition as well. Fast starter. See how he gets on here. Witches Dean, one of the semi-final winners, made favourite then as they come out to the boxes, but it's 1 Goldbuster and 5 Witches Dean. What happened to 4 there? Nimble Piper as they go down the far side, and 1 Goldbuster goes on 2.5 lengths clear from 5 Witches Dean. After there's a gap back to 3, that's Domain Bear racing in third as they come round the third bend, and Goldbuster leading and 2.5 lengths clear from Witches Dean up towards the winner line, and Goldbuster's going to win this one. Draw perfect for this one. Goldbuster wins it in the end. The £10,000 prize goes to Nigel Saunders at Bellevue. A game runner-up was Witches Dean in second place. Or Goldbuster winning the Peterborough Derby. It was to make a fair name for himself in sprint races after this big competition. £10,000 then to Goldbuster and the connections there. 25.81 was the winning time, winning by 2 lengths from the brave Witches Dean. On to the puppies now, the Cold Seal Puppy Classic. Spring Rose, Charlie Lister's bitch in Trap 2, was sent off the 11-10 favourite. Fardy was making a name for himself, also in Trap 4. And they're off and running and racing up towards the first bend, and Trap 6, Clean Paws, gets a good break, but not as fast as Elliot's Gem up to the bend, so as they head down the far side, and 5 Elliot's Gem is the leader, goes about 1.5 lengths clear from 6 Clean Paws in second. We got a break back to 2 Spring Rose. After these comes 3 Repeat the Top as they come down towards the second last bend, and Elliot's Gem still in the driving seat, still with this length lead of a Clean Paws as they come off the final bend. Elliot's Gem being pressed all the time by Clean Paws. Spring Rose coming with a run, but all too late. It's going to be Elliot's Gem. Elliot's Gem gets there by about a length or so in the end. Spring Rose looks so it may have just got up to be second to pip Clean Paws. Well, Elliot's Gem unfancied in the market, winning the Cold Seal Puppy Classic for trainer Nicky Chambers, who'd just taken a licence out before the start of the competition, winning in 30.09 by 3/4 length, beating Spring Rose and Clean Paws. The East Anglian Derby over 462 metres. The favourite was Westmead Merlin, drawn in Trap 5, sent off at 4-5. Dragon Prince in 1 looked to have a good draw at 11-4. They're running at Yarmouth and racing up towards the first bend for the final. 3, 2 and 1 all got a bit crowded there, but 1 Dragon Prince is going to lead him into the bend. So 1 Dragon Prince is the leader ahead of Trap 6 racing in second place. That's Bangor Tim. Just to say that Westmead Merlin was involved in bad trouble at the first bend as they head down the far side. 3 in the squares are fighting it out for second place, but Dragon Prince is in front. Dragon Prince by 4 lengths at the moment from in the square. After this comes Westmead Merlin running on, but all too late. Dragon Prince wins it from in the square, holding on Westmead Merlin back in third. Well, it was to prove a good draw for Dragon Prince and a big prize for Charlie Lister. Westmead Merlin a little bit unlucky in running, didn't come away too well, got hampered at the first bend, ran on for third spot, but take nothing away from Dragon Prince. Again, you'll see more of him in the future. 28.56 the winning time, winning distance 3 lengths. Catford and the John Humphreys Gold Collar. The favourite was in Trap 1. Allen's Rose sent off at 11-10. Away we go then for the final of the John Humphreys Gold Collar, and breaking fast up on the outside was 5 Opening Quote, leading them round from Allen's Rose, the warm favourite in second. Got a good pitch there though as they come into the second bend and round the straights, and here comes Allen's Rose. She's just taken up the lead, so Allen's Rose is in front. Now moving up swiftly into second is Coombe Cruiser. Allen's Rose leads. Coombe Cruiser after these racing in third. We've got to break back to Trap 2, Mr. Tan. As they come around the second last bend, and Allen's Rose goes again. Coombe Cruiser doesn't look as though it's got much more to offer up towards the winner line, and to the roars of the crowd here at Catford, a lovely winner there. Allen's Rose wins the John Humphreys Gold Collar. Coombe Cruiser was second, and staying on for third was Cool Mona Road. Well, we saw Allen's Rose get picked up by Deanside Joe in the Greenwich Cup, but she's staying on better now, staying 555 metres out well at Catford. And again, she was to prove a force in the St. Leger later in the year. Allen's Rose winning for John Coleman, 34.61 the winning time. The speedy Corpo Election was sent off 1-4 favourite for the Puppy Derby. And they're running for the final of the Del Nash Puppy Derby and racing up towards the first bend. Trap 2, Corpo Election, the 1-4 favourite's going to get round that bend in front. Chased now by Trap 6, Lizard Glory. Break back to 1, that's No Loyalty. But as they head down the far side, Corpo Election bounding clear, just edging some 3 lengths clear now from Lizard Glory as they come round the second last bend. It's Corpo Election, this daughter of Tap Watcher, really sprung out of the boxes, is going to make all here at Plough Lane. A great victory. Corpo Election wins it from Lizard Glory. And back in third, No Loyalty. Well, Corpo Elections showing great pace to the bend, and she again will be a force to be reckoned with later in the year, and no doubt will probably get an invite for the Sporting Life Juvenile Championship at the start of 1996. Happy smiles there with Corpo Election on the podium, winning in 27.56, a very good time, and winning by 3 lengths. Select stakes now, and the favourite for this year's event was Westmead Merlin in trap 5, just ahead of Coombe Cruiser in trap 2, sent off 4-1, second favourite. Now they're running for the select stakes of 1995, and Courier Kid blasts out of the boxes to lead early doors then up towards that first bend. Curry Hill's Fancies going round in second place. The favourite Westmead Merlin, all sorts of problems at the first bend. There was a trouble for some of the other runners, and Courier Kid's got them stretched heading down the far side. It's Courier Kid leading from Curry Hill's Fancies. The rest are nowhere as they come round the second arse bend, and it's going to be Courier Kid who's leading the way into the straight. Courier Kid by 3 lengths is going to win this one. Look at Culmona Road flying at the death. Culmona Road got second, Curry Hill's Fancy was third. Well, the story about Courier Kid, of course, was that he was bought just before the Derby for trainer John Coleman to have a go at winning the big one, of course, in 1995. He won a couple of early rounds but was knocked out halfway through the competition, and now he pops up and wins the Select Stakes, and that was in the middle of running in the Birmingham Cup at Perry Barr. And we're actually going to show you the final of this event now, £6,000 to the winner. It took place about 4 or 5 days after the Select Stakes final. Courier Kid was drawn in trap 5, sent off at 5-1. The favourite Hinchmax in trap 6 at 2-1. Away we go then for this valuable final, and racing up towards the first bend away well. Trap 3, Tiger Man Return. Also at the pace is 1, Betty's Wish. After these comes Courier Kid taking a bit of a middle course but lying in third spot. Heading down the far side, Betty's Wish is trying to move up on the inside of Tiger Man Return, but that one still has a length lead. After these comes Courier Kid, a gap back to the others. So come round the second last bend, and it's still 3. Tiger Man Return in front. Seems to have shaken off the attentions of Betty's Wish. Courier Kid edges into second place. Tiger Man Return, Courier Kid on the far side, and Courier Kid's getting up. Courier Kid gets there in the end. A notable double for John Coleman. Courier Kid, of course, won the Select Stakes earlier in the week. Goes on to win the Ansell's Birmingham Cup. Another £6,000 to the connections of Courier Kid. Yes, and for a greyhound who likes to make most of his running, did well there, picking up the speedy Tiger Man Return in 30.37. Now the Respond Irish Derby over 503 metres at Shelbourne Park. No railers, due reward. The Champion Stakes winner was sent off the 5-4 favourite in trap 3. The line up for the final, and away we go, racing up towards the first bend. Trap 6, Baddy's Rocket gets the best of the break here. It's going to lead them round that first bend, just heading out trap 4, Baddy's Spirit. Some of them are running wide towards the rear, but as they head down the far side, Baddy's Rocket has suddenly burst some 4 lengths clear from Kennel Companion Baddy's Spirit, and as they head down towards the second last bend, it's Baddy's Rocket. He's in front, he's leading his little sister by 3 lengths at the moment. Baddy's Spirit in second, after these in third comes Due Reward. That's got no more to give, up towards the winning line. It's going to be a 1-2 for Matt O'Donnell. Baddy's Rocket last home in the end from the strong running Baddy's Spirit, and back in third was Due Reward. Yes, a 1-2 for Matt O'Donnell with the little brother and sister, Batty's Rocket and Batty's Spirit. Rocket is now standing at stud. He might be back on the track for next year's English Derby. We'll have to wait and see. Let's move on to Walthamstow for the Laurent Perrier Champagne Grand Prix. The favourite was Suncrest Sail in trap 1. Allen's Rose was in 4. And to make a good race of it, Sir Frederick in trap 6. Now we're racing then for the final of the Laurent Perrier Champagne Grand Prix as they come up towards the first bend, and trap 6 of Frederick leads early. Bit of bother in behind. 3 racing in second place, Love of You. Then it comes 1, Suncrest Sail. Past the judge, Circuit to Go, and it's still up front. Sir Frederick bowling along happily enough in front at the moment. After this comes 3, Love of You, and there comes 1, Suncrest Sail as they head down the far side. It's still Sir Frederick leading, but Suncrest Sail is moving up on the inside of Love of You as they come round the second last bend. And it's still Sir Frederick, but Suncrest Sail, it's ominous here as they come off the final bend. Looks as though Suncrest Sail, it's going to win the Grand Prix. Suncrest Sail gallops away in the end from Sir Frederick, and Love of You involved in the photograph for second. And back in fourth place was Allen's Rose. Another exciting race involving Suncrest Sail for 1995. And of course, we're keeping our fingers crossed he stays sound, and we'll see a lot more of him in 1996. Trained by Charlie Lister, didn't look as though his style of running would handle the Walthamstow track, but perhaps it's the long straights The bend's a bit awkward, but the long straights suit his big raking stride down to the ground. 39.62, very fast time. South of the river now for the Ike Morris Laurels over 460 metres. Favourite was Dragon Prince, the Yarmouth Derby winner in Trap 3, sent off at 4 to 5. Favourites in Trap 3, Dragon Prince gets a good break running up towards the first bend. A bit of trouble for 4 and 5, but Dragon Prince is leading from the one on the inside, Top Lodge. Bit of crowding and trouble there. 2 Domain Bear now on terms, heading down that far side. Dragon Prince overhauled by Domain Bear. That's showing great back straight pace. So Domain Bear goes on from Dragon Prince after he's in third now. Improving was Hinch Manx, but that gets in trouble at the third bend. As they come off the final bend, it's Domain Bear who's got a 2-length lead. He's going to last home here. Domain Bear wins it easily by 2.5 lengths from Dragon Prince in second place. Yes, Domain Bear perhaps a surprise winner of the Laurels, but showing a bit more middle pace later on in the year. Another one who seems to have strengthened up as the year's gone on. Of course, he won the Scurry earlier in July. So that was Domain Bear winning for Peter Payne in 27.94 from Dragon Prince in the Laurels. We're getting towards the end of the year, and the reappearance of Stapler's Joe in the British Breeders' Forum Produce Stakes outclassed this field in Trap 1, the 1 to 5 favourites. And away we go then for the Breeders' Forum Produce Stakes, £10,000 to the winner, and Trap 6 knows about it. Pat's Diamond is away fast, but so is Stapler's Joe, forced to check at the first bend down the far side. Stapler's Joe coming up on the inside of Pat's Diamond, and Stapler's Joe really going clear down that back straight, showing tremendous middle pace is Stapler's Joe, the 1 to 5 favourite. Out in front, it's going to be another Breeders' Produce Forum Stakes to Nick and Natalie Sava. Stapler's Joe tying up slightly up towards the winner line. Twizzerline is going to grab second place, but a great performance there from Stapler's Joe. Such an exciting prospect over 4 bends, isn't he, Stapler's Joe? Already stamped his mark and his authority on the 4-bend scene by winning countless competitions, breaking track records here, there and everywhere. We're going to get one more glimpse of Stapler's Joe on this tape a bit later, and they're winning the Produce Stakes 28.49 in beating Twizzerlina by 3.5 lengths. Now the Golden Sprint at Romford, the final of this event, and the favourite was Countrywide Cub, again trained by John Coleman, sent off at 2 to 1. We're off and running at Romford then for this valuable £3,000 final up towards the first bend. Countrywide Cub showing a bit of pace up on the inside to lead. 6 and 5 with an all sorts of bother there, which is Dean and Vital Return as they head down the far side. Countrywide Cub stretching them down that back straight 4. Lemon Milton in second place as they come round the second last bend, and Countrywide Cub out in front from Lemon Milton, who's in turn challenged by Ivan's Flash, but Countrywide Cub lands the spoils here. Countrywide Cub wins it for trainer John Coleman. Ivan's Flash got second place, and Lemon Milton back in third. Well, again, this greyhound goes on to win another competition in the back end of the year. Afraid a competition we can't show you due to lack of time. It was the Northern Flat Championship at Bellevue, and well, another winner for John Coleman. 24.44 the winning time, 2 3/4 lengths the winning distance. We leave Romford for Nottingham now. The Peter Derrick Eclipse over 500 metres, £10,000 to the winner. Dilrock Sonia, who'd been performing really well for the Wildmans in Trap 3, was sent off the favourites. And away we go, and Dilrock Sonia slowly away, and so very slowly away was Greenane Kenmare in Trap 5. It's Trap 6, Moral Knight, who goes round the first 2 bends in front, chased by Papua, and Papua trying to get on terms as they race down towards the third bend. After these racing in third spot comes Polly's Bray Manx as they go round the third bend, and Moral Knight staving off the challenge of Papua as they come off the final bend. It's Moral Knight who's led from the first bend and is starting to pull away here. Moral Knight's going to win this one. Moral Knight wins the Eclipse just ahead of Papua in second place, tight for third. Perhaps Blonde Returns will get third. Well, Moral Knight there, trained by David Prue, who's had a fantastic year on the open race scene, picking up the valuable £10,000 Peter Derrick Eclipse final. 29.85 was the winning time, 3.5 lengths the winning distance. Now back to the puppies and the Regal Puppy Derby at Sunderland. £7,000 the winner. Corpo Election, the Puppy Derby winner, drawn in Trap 3, was sent off the 13 to 8 favourite. And they're racing and running up towards the first bend. A bit of trouble there for both traps 2 and 3, slightly squeezed as they run towards that first bend and sort themselves out. And up front it's trap 4 High View Pet, but now challenged and passed by trap 5 Droopy's Aldo. Droopy's Aldo goes on from 4 High View Pet, a gap back to racing in third spot. That's Droopy's Chris. So as they come off the final bend, and Droopy's Aldo is starting to pull further clear, and it's going to be Droopy's Aldo who's going to win the Regal Puppy Derby final. Droopy's Aldo, quite impressive there, beating High View Pet. And back in third was Droopy's Chris. Well, the favourite Corpo Election got no run at the start of the race, and it was Droopy's Aldo, trained by Henry Tasker, winning in 27.36. The winning distance was 4 lengths. Now the Wendy Fair St Ledger over 655 metres. They made favourite Ken's Dilemma quite weak on the evening. Dinan Wonder was backed in trap 2 for trainer Charlie Lister. They're off and running and racing up towards the first bend, and Ken's Dilemma in 6 and 2. Dinan Wonder out early here, duelling for the lead, and it's Dinan Wonder who goes on. So Dinan Wonder by a length from trap 6 in second. Ken's Dilemma, Slippy Ted racing in third as they go round the next 2 bends then. And it's up front Dinan Wonder. She's pulling 2.5 lengths clear from Slippy Ted, going off in chase in second. Then comes Ken's Dilemma and Milwaukee Dream. Oh, not sure what happened to Slippy Ted there. So Dinan Wonder's been left 5 lengths clear from Ken's Dilemma as they go around the second last bend. The lead's being cut by Ken's Dilemma. It's Dinan Wonder by a couple of lengths. Here comes Ken's Dilemma on this near side, and Ken's Dilemma's getting up. Ken's Dilemma gets up to win the St Ledger from a brave performance from Dinan Wonder, who tired close home. Oh, what a year it's been for Theo Menzies, a year he'll remember. 1995, winning the Derby, of course, with Moaning Land, and now the double with the St Ledger and Ken's Dilemma. Winning in 39.80, a very good time there for Ken's Dilemma, beating Dinan Wonder. Misty's Cloud running on for locally trained Hazel Dixon. And the last race for 1995 on our tape is the A.R. Dennis Guineas, and that dog again, Stapler's Joe, drawn in trap 3, the 2 to 9 favourite. They're racing and running up towards the first bend, and already Stapler's Joe is out clear here as they come up towards this first bend. Dunmurray Whiskey going off in chase in second. Trouble between the other two, and Lulu's Merlin now moves into third spot from Aglish Hell. So as they head down the far side, and it should be here, and it is here, that Stapler's Joe turns on the tap. He goes clear from Dunmurray Whiskey as they come round the second last bend. It's Stapler's Joe who's going to win the Guineas up towards the winning line. Stapler's Joe, led from Trap Rise, wins it easily from Dunmurray Whiskey. And back in third, Lulu's Merlin. Fourth place went to Aglish Howl. Well, a shame really that the race had cut up. Mustang Joe was withdrawn from the race, as was Pam's Spirit, and it was left to a 4-dog event, but there's no taking away the glory from Stapler's Joe. And what a fine year it's been for 1995 for the Savers and also for Stapler's Joe. And Stapler's Joe there winning in 28.98, 3 3/4 lengths the winning distance. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the great races of 1995 video. If you want more information on other Greyhound video products, such as the Greyhound Derby tape, you can contact us at this address. That's Greyhound Focus, 17 Corsham Street, London N160R, or phone on 0171 696 8695.